Practical English Podcast, helping you become confident and fluent in English.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Practical English Podcast. I'm Sarah, and today I want to talk to you about negotiation. Negotiation is when two people try to reach an agreement. It happens everywhere in life. At work, you negotiate your salary or project deadlines. At home, you negotiate with family about plans or responsibilities. When shopping, you might negotiate prices. Many English learners feel scared of negotiation. They think it means arguing or being aggressive. They worry their English is not good enough to get what they want. But here is the truth. Good negotiation is not about fighting. It is about finding solutions that work for everyone. And you do not need perfect English to negotiate well. You need the right phrases. Phrases that are polite but firm. Phrases that show respect while protecting your interests. In this episode, I want to give you 15 polite phrases that will help you get what you want. These phrases work in any situation, from asking for a raise to discussing project deadlines to solving problems with coworkers. By the end, you will feel confident negotiating in English. You will know how to be polite but strong. As always, I will speak slowly and clearly. I will use simple words so you can understand and follow me. Let's begin. The biggest problem with negotiation is being too direct or too soft. When you are too direct, you sound rude. For example, if you say, "I want a higher salary," or "that price is too expensive," people feel attacked. They become defensive. They say no immediately. When you are too soft, people do not take you seriously. If you say, "Maybe we could possibly consider," or "I'm sorry, but," you sound weak. People think your request is not important. The solution is being polite but clear. You show respect for the other person while stating your position firmly. This balance is especially important in English-speaking cultures. People expect directness, but they also value politeness. The right phrases help you achieve both. When you use polite negotiation phrases, amazing things happen. People listen to your ideas. They want to find solutions with you. They respect your professionalism. Before we learn the phrases, we must understand the right mindset for negotiation. Wrong mindset, win or lose. Some people think negotiation is a battle. One person wins, the other person loses. This creates conflict and bad relationships. Right mindset, problem solving together. Good negotiation is about solving a problem together. Both people want to find a solution that works. You are partners, not enemies. When you have the right mindset, your language changes naturally. Instead of demanding, you suggest. Instead of attacking, you explore options. Instead of threatening, you explain consequences. This mindset makes negotiation less stressful. It also makes success more likely. People want to help someone who respects them and looks for mutual benefits. Phrase 1, I'd like to discuss. This is a polite way to begin any negotiation. It shows you want to talk, not demand. Examples. I'd like to discuss my role in the upcoming project. I'd like to discuss the timeline for this proposal. Phrase 2. I was hoping we could talk about. This phrase is even softer. It suggests the conversation, but does not force it. Examples. I was hoping we could talk about my performance review. I was hoping we could talk about the budget for next quarter. Phrase 3. I have some concerns about. This introduces problems without sounding negative or blaming anyone. Examples. I have some concerns about the current deadline. I have some concerns about the resource allocation. These opening phrases set a collaborative tone. They invite discussion instead of creating defensiveness. Phrase 4. From my perspective. This shows that you understand others might see things differently. It is not aggressive. Examples. From my perspective, we need more time to do quality work. From my perspective, this approach has some challenges. Phrase 5. I believe it would be beneficial if. This focuses on benefits for everyone, not just what you want. Examples. I believe it would be beneficial if we extended the deadline by 1 week. I believe it would be beneficial if we allocated more resources to this project. Phrase 6. I'd like to propose. This word propose sounds professional and collaborative. Examples. I'd like to propose a different approach to this problem. I'd like to propose we meet twice a week instead of once. Phrase 7. What if we? This includes the other person in the solution. You are thinking together. Examples. What if we split the work differently? What if we adjusted the timeline slightly? These phrases present your ideas as suggestions, not demands. They invite collaboration and make the other person feel included in the solution. Phrase 8. I understand your concerns, and. This shows you listen and respect their position before presenting your own. Examples. I understand your concerns about the budget, and I think we can find a solution that works. I understand your concerns about timing, and perhaps we can adjust our approach. Phrase 9. Would you be open to? This asks for their willingness to consider options. It is not pushy. Examples. Would you be open to extending the deadline by a few days? Would you be open to trying a different approach? Phrase 10. I'm willing to, if you could. This shows you are ready to give something to get something. It creates fairness. Examples. I'm willing to work overtime this week if you could extend next week's deadline. I'm willing to take on extra responsibilities if you could consider a salary adjustment. Phrase 11. Perhaps we could meet in the middle. This suggests compromise directly. Both people give a little to reach agreement. Examples. Perhaps we could meet in the middle on the price. Perhaps we could meet in the middle on the timeline. These compromise phrases show flexibility while maintaining your core interests. They help both parties feel like they are getting something valuable. Phrase 12. I see your point, however. This acknowledges their concern before presenting a different view. Examples. I see your point about the budget, however, I think the long-term benefits justify the investment. I see your point about timing, however, quality work takes adequate time. Phrase 13. Have you considered? This introduces new information or perspectives politely. Examples. Have you considered the impact on team morale if we rush this project? Have you considered that better resources now could save money later? Phrase 14, what would need to happen for? This explores what conditions would make your proposal acceptable. Examples. What would need to happen for us to extend the deadline? What would need to happen for you to approve additional budget? Phrase 15, I appreciate your position, and I hope you can understand mine. This maintains respect even when you disagree. It keeps the relationship positive. Examples. I appreciate your position on the budget, and I hope you can understand mine about quality standards. I appreciate your position on timing, and I hope you can understand mine about realistic expectations. These phrases help you handle resistance without creating conflict. They keep the conversation moving towards solutions. Let me show you how these phrases work in real situations. Scenario 1, asking for deadline extension. I'd like to discuss the project deadline. From my perspective, we need a few extra days to ensure quality. I understand your concerns about timing, and I'm willing to work extra hours if you could consider extending the deadline by 3 days. What would need to happen for us to make this adjustment? Scenario 2, negotiating price. I was hoping we could talk about the pricing. I believe it would be beneficial if we could adjust the price slightly. Would you be open to meeting in the middle? I'm willing to sign a longer contract if you could consider a 10% discount. Scenario 3, discussing workload. I have some concerns about the current workload distribution. What if we redistributed some tasks to balance the work better? I see your point about everyone being busy, however, I think this would improve overall productivity. Perhaps we could try this approach for 1 month and evaluate the results. Notice how these conversations use multiple phrases together. They create a natural flow that feels collaborative, not confrontational. Tip 1. Listen more than you speak. Good negotiators listen carefully. Understanding the other person's needs helps you find solutions that work for everyone. Tip 2. Stay calm and patient. Negotiation takes time. Do not rush or pressure. Give the other person time to consider your proposals. Tip 3. Focus on interests, not positions. Instead of arguing about what you want, discuss why you want it. When people understand your reasons, they are more willing to help. Tip 4. Prepare alternatives. Think of different solutions before the negotiation. If your first idea does not work, you can suggest other options. Tip 5. End positively. Even if you do not reach full agreement, thank the person for their time and consideration. Maintain good relationships for future negotiations. So my friends, these 15 phrases will change how you approach any negotiation. They help you be polite but firm, respectful but clear. Remember, negotiation is not about winning or losing. It is about finding solutions that work for everyone. When you use these phrases, you show professionalism and respect. People want to work with you, not against you. Practice these phrases in small situations first. Negotiate where to eat lunch with a colleague. Discuss household responsibilities with family. Ask for a small favor from a friend. The more you practice, the more natural these phrases become. Soon, you will feel confident negotiating anything: salary, deadlines, prices, or project requirements. The truth is, everyone negotiates every day. These phrases give you the language tools to do it well. You can get what you want while maintaining good relationships. Which phrase feels most useful for your situation? Which negotiation have you been avoiding because of language fears? Remember, polite confidence gets better results than aggressive demands. You now have the tools to negotiate successfully in any situation. I'm Sarah, and this is the Practical English Podcast. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep getting what you deserve. Bye for now.